Hey, what's up? It's Brandon Shaine, and you're listening to The Brandon J Show.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Brandon J, and I am joined by a special guest today from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's a hip-hop recording artist by the name of Brandon Shaine. Brandon, what's up, man? How are you today?
Brandon J, what is good, man? I've never been better. I'm living my best life.
Brand. You have been doing some incredible things. Like, let's talk about your journey, because you started as a television news anchor and now you're a recording artist. So tell us about that.
Yeah, man. So I graduated school with a journalism degree, and I thought I wanted to be, a reporter and anchor eventually. And so I did that for, about 7 years. I was reporting the news, telling all the stories you see on TV live every single night. And then, during the pandemic, as I'm sure you know, and whoever's listening or watching this, a lot of people kind of figured out what they want to do with life. It gave them time to kind of reflect and sit back. And for me, that was, I want to do what I love to do for a living. And for me, that was making music. So I started taking it, a lot more serious, and I started recording in this closet behind me. And I dropped an album. The feedback was much better than I thought it would be. So I literally quit my job, put that career behind me, and I'm, full steam ahead with more music coming out daily.
Man, that's awesome. And when you say the closet behind you, because as long as the sound is amazing, it doesn't matter where you record the music, right? It's all about how it sounds, just like this interview sounding really on point. And I appreciate you, man. And did you wake up one day and you're like, you know what? I'm tired of being on TV. I'm tired of, reporting this story and that story locally. There's something bigger for me. I'm ready to now pursue this wonderful world we call the music business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I feel like it's so hard for 90% of people to figure out what they really want in life.
Right.
And it was just, yeah, it was a moment for me where once I started recording, because I used to, freestyle in the car, freestyle with my friends and brothers and all that stuff. But once I started recording and really like writing music and getting into my thoughts, it's honestly like a therapy, just coming in here, putting a beat on, writing to it, and just kind of revisiting past memories behind a beat. And it's been a journey, man. And it's been awesome.
That is awesome. Brandon, who would you say some of your influences are? Because when I think of hip hop music, man, I think I go all the way back to like Rapper's Delight, LL Cool J, Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff, Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent,
Yep.
there's Jay-Z, Kanye. There's so many people that you could, say that influenced you, but who are your influences?
Man, like you said, growing up, I was, in the 90s, and I was listening to just about anybody my brother was listening to, because he's 6 years older than me. That was
Right.
Eminem, that was Dre, that was Freeway, that was Beanie Siegel, all these guys. And I remember I got my first CD. It was Mace's CD. And man, I played that on repeat. And then of course Eminem is amazing. And I have a line in one of my songs talking about when my dad found out me and my brother had, I think it was the Slim Shady LP or something. Oh my God. He listened to it. He threw it out the window in the car.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
But yeah, as I kind of evolved and started doing those freestyles and stuff through high school and college,
Right.
it was Mac Miller. I mean, and you can hear that in my sound a lot. A lot of people say I sound like him.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I've heard the comparisons, and I'm like, man, and those are some hard shoes to fill.
Yeah,
and
man.
Rest in peace to Mac Miller, and it just everything that he was able to do, and even with the collaborations he did with Ariana Grande. Leading into my next question, Brandon, could you see yourself doing those collaborative features with like female artists? Because I think it's such a unique element when you take R&B or you take pop and you mix the two with hip hop. I mean, I think there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in my career in music, and even down the road, man, I'm wide open to any genre, to mixing up with people. I've reached out to people on TikTok and other places, and I'm looking at doing some collabs soon. But I mean, a lot of videos that I do are me like remixing some totally different songs. So yeah, I'm wide open to it. I'd love to work with other people.
Let's talk about TikTok. Okay, so this platform has just exploded. It was formerly Musically, and
Mhm.
now it's TikTok. And for you to be able to say, you know what, I'm done being a news anchor after 7 years, a successful career, and you're in a market that is, I mean, you're correct me if I'm wrong, but Raleigh is one of the top markets to be in, and you're right outside with, Go Tar Heels and Duke and all
Yeah.
these major schools, North Carolina State, Wake Forest. They're all kind of in this triangle per se.
Mhm.
And would you say, like, when you were able to say, okay, I'm going to take the risk, right? I'm going to go after what I believe in when it comes to TikTok, for you to be able to go viral on TikTok, how are you able to accomplish that?
Man, TikTok is amazing. I don't care what people say. I remember when I started on TikTok, and it was when I was in the news, and people, with anything new, people are going to hate on you, be like, oh, you're really doing that, or the kids go and they do their dances and all that stuff. I mean, fast forward 2 years later, and every single one of those people who was bashing me for posting on TikTok, they're now on TikTok. They're now like asking me
Right.
what they should post. But yeah, man, it's amazing the kind of eyes and ears you can get on your stuff on TikTok. And my whole background is, videography, storytelling, and I just thrive in that. So TikTok was perfect, and I'm still posting daily. I just posted like a couple hours ago, and this post is up to like 100,000 views. I love it. I'm
I'm gonna have
slightly
to pick
addicted.
your brain, Brandon, off the camera about TikTok, because it's something that I desire to really accomplish. And I just haven't, I'm going to be honest, I haven't put the time in like I have with IG, like I'm doing with YouTube, like I did with Twitter, because there's so many platforms. Like it's kind of overwhelming in a way.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like every time I turn around, there's a new platform. Now we got Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
leading into my next thing, what is your thoughts on NFTs?
Oh, I just posted a video on TikTok, believe it or not, the other day. It was just my NFT that I had bought recently, and me just looking at it. And I think the caption was like, "What am I supposed to do with this thing now?"
Right. I
I
mean, I
mean,
was watching a video of Jake Paul. He was talking about, yo, bro, I just bought this crypto punk for like 170,000, and now somebody wants to purchase it for 700,000. And I'm like, that
mhm.
is crazy.
Yeah. So I bought one. I want to say like I think it was like 2 months ago. It was the Wolf Gang.
Uh-huh.
I knew little about it, and you have to do so much research if you're going to spend money on these things. But basically, went to their Twitter, saw that they had a good following, and they had some NFTs that were priced okay, and they looked cool. So I bought one, and I was actually just on my computer talking to my brother, and I was like, "How am I supposed to know like if the value goes up in these things?" I need to dedicate some time there. But I think NFTs are awesome, and people are getting some awesome success out of it. So more power to them.
Imagine this, Brandon. There's one day you wake up and you're like, all right, kids, all right, honey, I'm getting ready to go do a uh, a concert in the metaverse, right? Where
Yeah.
all you gotta do is just put the headset on. You could be in the closet, no pun intended, recording like you did with the vocals, right? It doesn't matter because you put the headset on and you got like millions of fans screaming your name and NFTs and all this crazy stuff. But that's where everything is going. And
Mm.
I've been saying this for a while, and I'm watching people like post on like IG stories and stuff like that. Like, hey, I just did a concert, and it is crazy. I mean, like even McDonald's, for example, they're in the metaverse now, where you can go into a virtual McDonald's and order your Big Mac or your Happy Meal or whatever you're going to order, right?
Mhm.
And you got DoorDash or Uber Eats delivering it to your door.
It's insane, man.
It's
It's
insane, bro.
Technology is just wild. There's so many options now. It's not. I mean, like you said, you could literally do most of your promotion and music out of your house. So
That's it, man. Listen, I have a question for you. For those out there that are confused in the realm of, okay, I'm working a day-to-day job, a 9 to 5, or whatever they're
mhm.
working, right? The shift that they're working, graveyard shift, whatever it might be. I'm working this job. I don't know if this is for me. I know there's something bigger for me. I want to pursue music. What advice does Brandon Shaine have for those people out there?
Man, I tell people all the time. like you have to chase the dream. Like you have to put yourself out there. There's people I know, some of my friends who are either talented musically or they're hilarious, or you know when you meet the kind of people that you're like, dang, if they were on social media actively doing what they love to do, their following would be there in a heartbeat. So
Yeah.
it's so freeing, man, when you let that stuff go and you just don't care what other people think. I mean, it sounds cliche, but the second you stop thinking that, it's like, because I was in the news and I was like a respected journalist and anchor, and now I'm, some I'm an ex-journalist doing hip hop music. And in the beginning, it was like, man, I would show people my music and get, feedback. Obviously, it was my new stuff, but
Right.
I used to really care. I'm like, man, I would think of specific people I used to work with. I'm like, what are they going to think when they hear this song or hear this? Man, I could care less now, and it's paid off tremendously.
That's what it's about, man. I mean, we in order to accomplish something, in order to really fulfill that real success, that status quo, what we all desire to accomplish in life, you have to take a risk. I mean, you gain nothing without taking a risk. I mean, I remember in 2008, Brandon, I moved to Los Angeles, California. I left Columbia, South Carolina, and I was contemplating, okay, am I going to move to New York? Am I going to move to Atlanta? Am I going to move to, LA? And Los Angeles had a wide spectrum of opportunities from radio and music and television and film. And so I chose LA. And you know what? I don't regret it, because we're doing an interview to this very day because of that very risk I took back in 2008.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
We
man.
definitely share that, and you share that feeling of, you're just grateful that you did it, because look at you now.
I'm an OG now to the youngsters.
Couple OGs.
No,
Yeah,
no pun intended, But man, what advice do you have for those out there that are looking at, okay, we're 2022. We have a unique scenario that we're all living in right now, right? It's not the best of circumstances with the price of things and inflation and, but we're trying to accomplish things on social media. How do we go about doing that?
Put yourself out there in any way you can. If you're trying to succeed, you never know who's looking at your stuff, who's going to like it. And people are going to hate on you regardless. I mean, you go to my videos today, and I still have people. What was the comment I got recently? They're like, yeah, I'm officially done listening to music. Like, people are harsh. They're mainly kids on TikTok, but it's like, you got to put yourself out there, embrace the hate, man. I respond to, I say my percentage rate is like 95%. I respond to almost every single person, whether it's hate or not. And those haters eventually turn into your fans, because if I were to go and hate on someone's post and be like, this sounds like trash, and then this, verified creator commented back like, hey, what didn't you like? I'd be like, dang, okay, that's pretty official. So yeah, just put yourself out there,
man.
Yeah.
Like T.I. said, I'll never forget. He was at the BT Awards and he was accepting an award, and he was like, "If you're hating, you're wasting your time, player." And
that was good. That's
right.
Just
We're always gonna have haters, right?
Yeah. So, like, as far as shooting your shot, man.
Yeah.
So I entered in a music Marvel competition, which was an app that I randomly found. And from there, I had my friends and family vote for a song that I did. And I was at the top of the list for a long time. And they're gonna announce the winner soon. But ever since then, like, just the eyes that have been on my song from being in that competition, it's just like numbers are going up, and it's awesome, man. So,
dude, that is awesome, Brandon. What can we expect next from Brandon Shaine?
the sky's the limit, man. I'm the kind of person, I see something and I that's all I look at. Like, One Track Mind just released a single called Valid, which is coming on my new album. The album's called Second Take. That's coming out on Easter Sunday. But I mean, right now, if you look at my music, I have one album from 2021, which was like an experiment for me, which, listening back now, it's hard to listen to for me, but some people really like that stuff. But this new stuff is like, man, I've grown so much in just a year. It's insane. I love it.
Well, check it out on the official On Air with Brandon J podcast. We're going to play the single Valid from Brandon Shaine. So make sure you tune in to On Air with Brandon J. I feel like a cartoon character, man. I get so hyped up about this stuff, man. I appreciate the interview, man. Where can we go to follow all of the latest updates on Brandon Shaine?
You go any social media. I'm all over TikTok, obviously, but Brandon Shaine. Shaine is Shaine. Instagram, Brandon Shaine. YouTube. I just dropped some music videos the other day. I shot one yesterday, but TikTok, Instagram, that's where I'm at.
Brandon, thank you so much for being a special guest. Congrats on everything. And man, I admire the hustle. We gain nothing in life without taking a risk. So keep doing what you do, my friend, which makes you who you are and unique in your own individual way. And I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Much love. Thank you so much for the time, man.
Absolutely. This has been a special episode of the Brandon J Show with special guest today, Brandon Shaine. Brandon is a national recording artist who's gone viral on TikTok. He's got a single called Valid. Listen to On Air with Brandon J for the exclusive sneak peek, and we appreciate you today. The audio was brought to you by Shure Microphones. I'm using nothing but Shure. The visual by my wonderful friends at Canon USA. I love you guys. You guys have brought this show to the next level. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you next time on the Brandon J Show. Goodbye for now.